Broadcasting live from the Cottage Studio. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. I'm all over the place on social media and a proud member of Weaponized Sloth Productions. So welcome to the Ho Ho Show. And as always, I am your host, Ho Ho. Oh yeah, guys. Well, I am joined in studio today by none other than...
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
I don't think so.
That was so totally the wrong button.
Wow.
That is not what I meant to do in the least. Hold on. This is the button. Hi, Ray.
Hi. Didn't know it looked like Barack. Wow.
Well, all right, guys. That was awesome. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, Spreaker. Welcome, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebooks. How y'all's doing? It's been a good one. Welcome, peoples. Is that my favorite redhead in there? Is that you? Anyway, guys, it's going to be a fun show. It's just so much stuff on this. But you know what? Before I get into it, there is another gentleman out there whom, like Alex Jones, he's had a lot of these same issues, and that would be a gentleman I listen to. Alex Exum of the Exum Experience, and here's a little promo for him. Check it out.
Alex Exum.
I'm the original Alex, banned from the internet. YouTube has banned and purged Alex Exum from its platform permanently. I need your help. 1. Leave me a review on iTunes. It's easy by going to alexexum.com/iTunes. 2. Nominate the Exum Experience, the best podcast, for the OC Weekly Best of Edition. It's easy by going to alexexum.com/vote. Thank you for your support.
Oh yeah, he sent that to me via Twitter. Very, very awesome. But yeah, he's another one like Alex Jones, whom was banned for, well, okay, let's just put it this way. He was banned because he said that, Sandy Hook actually happened. Alex Jones was banned for saying that Sandy Hook didn't happen. Can you make up your mind, people? What in the world, But you know what, guys? There's several different points that I am specifically wanting to talk about on this one. And, I even made notes. Ooh. I need notes because sometimes, with having a scatter-minded squirrel brain like I do, sometimes you just got to have notes, So I got some notes. So, what do you want to cover first, Ray?
Well,
where do you want to go with this?
I'd like to say hello to all of our international viewers.
Oh, yes. And by the way, telephone number, if you guys want to call in and be part of the show, give us your little 2 cents, is 217-917-4405. Operators are standing by. That's me. I'm the operator.
How about we just dive right into the big one?
Okay. Well, let's see here. Sad thing is there's still a couple aspects of this that it can really go into. But I guess first and foremost, is how do you feel about, or how you think about free speech, I guess I should say. Because now I've heard people give the argument that, hey, YouTube is its own company. It can choose to do what it wants to, and of which case, in a matter of speaking, I agree with you. However, there's an important thing to know, and that is the difference between, public rights and private rights. You see, if I'm in my own home, I don't like what you're saying, I kick you out. I shut the door in your face. I get rid of you. You're gone. We're not going into extremes on this, but simply put, if you're in somebody else's home, somebody else's private space, then you have no freedom of speech. They can censor you by right. They can censor you. They are just as free as you are, But you have no such freedom to shut people up and shut people out if you are on the public square. If you're in the public square, you know, when somebody wants to stand up on his soapbox in front of God and everybody up there on the square and say something and be heard, they have the right to be heard, just like you do, just like anybody else does. They have the right to be heard. And ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I forgot to open up that stinking chat window to link everybody else in here as well. I mean, I got my Spreaker chat room. I got my Facebook's chat room, but all the other chats, they're not in there.
You got a lot of knobs and buttons.
Dude, there's a lot of knobs and buttons in this thing. This is almost a show that I almost need a producer to do, because God knows I don't remember to do all this stuff whenever I'm supposed to be doing it. But, you know, hey, so now chat rooms are open. You guys can, you know, talk amongst yourselves, talk to me, let me know what you guys are thinking. I'll definitely read those on, you know, on here as well. You know, this way you guys can be part of this show. And again, telephone number 217-917-4405. It's on the bottom of your screen as well, just in case you don't see that. But anyway, free or public space versus private space. On the public square, okay, here's one of them things that a lot of people seem to think is you know, and we've had 8 years of Obama, who, you know, basically told that the snowflakes out there that, you know, your feelings are okay. You know, that is, you know, you deserve a participation trophy. You need that puppy dog to, you know, to comfort you if somebody else says something that you don't much like. You know, you can wear, you know, you can have your Linus blanket, you know, not Linus Tech Tips, but, you know, Linus and, you know, Peanuts and, you know, his security blanket, you know, you can have that. And he validated all of their feelings that it actually meant something. But the fact of the matter is, you know, I have the freedom of speech. I have the freedom to say what I feel I would need to get out there. And you have the freedom to walk away if you don't like what I say. You don't have the freedom to assault me if you don't like what I say. I know snowflakes don't like to hear this, but it is what it is. You know, you don't have that freedom. You know, it's the freedom of speech, not the freedom from speech.
Right.
It's the freedom of religion, not the freedom from religion. The freedom of press, not the freedom from press. You know, a lot of people have that, you know, oh, I like puppies too, Josh. I absolutely, dude, I love puppies. You know, dude, shut up. I love puppies. I would have a dog if I was home long enough that I could actually take care of it, because I love cats. I love dogs. They're all awesome. But, you know, that is a clear distinction that we don't really seem to keep in mind anymore, is the freedom of, not the freedom from. Okay? Very, very important distinction. Very important distinction. You got anything to add on that one?
No,
sir?
I think that's pretty clear and to the point.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So why did I bring up a difference between public space and private space? I wonder.
Do tell.
Do tell? I think I will. See, here's what it amounts to, guys. If you are a privately owned business and you decide you don't want to allow that on your premises, okay, cool. This goes for internet space. This goes for brick and mortar space. Same thing, okay? Same thing. But if you are a publicly owned business, you know, something that is bought and traded on Wall Street, you know, something that I myself may have a share in, well, then that is no longer the private arena. That's the public arena.
Yes.
I would say that's a very important distinction, because you go from private to public. And as public, you have a certain expectation of freedom. You have that expectation, you know, very, very important. You know, I would say extremely important, that distinction right there. You know, MySpace, we were just talking about this earlier. Right. MySpace is a privately owned business. If they want to squash free speech, well, then so be it. You are a privately owned business. You have the freedom and the right to do that. And you know what? I may not like you squashing my voice, but I will stand up and fight for you, because I believe in the Constitution, freedom, America, yeah. That's what I believe. But on the flip side, if you're a publicly owned business, you don't have that right to squash free speech. You know, I can understand not wanting to have hate speech in there, you know, and as you guys' terms and service agreement clearly states, you guys don't want hate speech, you guys don't want hurtful language in there. But the problem with you guys putting that in there is it is so open-ended. It's not even funny. You don't define it. You don't,
Right.
you know, you're not actually putting any clear verbiage in there that tells me what I can and cannot say, you know, whom I can and cannot offend. Because, I mean, let's face it, you know, if should I use this distinction?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, now, guys, I'm going in the extreme on this, okay? I'm going in the extreme, but it is an example that you guys will understand clearly, okay? And I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this at all because it's just, I mean, it's bad. Now, okay, I don't have any examples of whether anything like this has been done. I am just merely spitballing an idea and seeing if it sticks to the wall. Just there it is. That's all I'm doing, all right? It's the difference of saying, you know, having a video put out there by the KKK and blocking that, and then you've got the exact same message basically flipping the sides with the Black Panther, and you support them and leave that up there. It's the same thing.
Right.
It is a biased decision, even though both of them are clearly violating the rules in the terms of service agreement. It is a clear and distinct violation on both sides. Again, that was an example. Not that I had nothing. It was an example.
Right.
You know, you got anything to add on that one?
No, I mean, that's pretty clear. It's, yeah, they don't have any clear-cut defined parameters. And, you know, granted, you don't want anything illegal on there.
No, exactly.
Or promoting anything illegal.
And I completely agree with that.
Anything promoting anything against race, creed, or color, or, you know, anything along that lines. You know, that, to me, that, you know, if...
Say that again.
The same standards as you would have in the workplace. Race, creed, color. No?
No.
Really?
Your workplace isn't the private sector. You know, you have a job to do.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? Explain yourself.
I'm saying there are laws already in place that you can't discriminate, that you have to follow, abide by. You can't.
No, it's like equal opportunity employers,
right.
Stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
You know,
same,
that's
same with speech. I mean, I can't, or I shouldn't take you down because of your race, or I shouldn't take you down because, well.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay,
you're a woman, or
yeah,
you know,
I agree. I agree.
This, you know, along those lines, there are some clearly defined parameters. You know, I can take you down if you're promoting illegal activity. I can take you down if you're, you know, abusing, well, things you shouldn't be abusing. You know,
Animals, whatever.
animals. You know.
I see what you're saying.
But I can't just because I don't like what you're saying.
Right. Okay. I thought you were going a different direction with that. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. You know, discriminating. You know, taking somebody down because of their, you know, their race, color, creed, whatever the case may be. And I completely agree with that. And hello, Fuse Manager, how are you doing today? But yeah, on that aspect, you know, I completely agree with you. Same thing. You know, but that's. You know, that goes along with right there with freedom of speech. So, guys, I am going to take a quick break. And when I return, there's another aspect of this that I want to talk about. And we're getting into the pocketbook of this. We really are. We're getting into the pocketbook. We're getting into the money. Good. That is good to hear, sir. Glad you're doing well. But we're getting into the pocketbook of this. So we're going to take a quick break. He had to hold up some money. He was illustrating a point.
Yes. It was a prop.
It was a prop. Ooh, I like props.
You like props?
I like props.
No, I'm gonna have more props for you.
I'm scared. I am scared.
Be afraid.
No.
Time for that break, ain't it?
It is so time for that break. There are times, sir. Absolutely.
Phone lines are open, folks.
Telephone lines are open. Feel free to call in and be part of the shenanigans.
We'll be right back.
After these short, whatever this is. Actually, you know what, guys? I got a video I want to play. I did something different, you know. I think it's kind of spiffy. You guys will like it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Be right back. Welcome back to the Ho Ho Show. And of course, I am your host, Ho Ho. So what do you guys think of that little bitty thing? I mean, I was playing with Phil Mora earlier today, actually. And, I got a text message, sorry. But I was playing with Phil Mora, and I ended up putting a song in there, and then I just started dropping different crap in there, and I was like, you know what, that's kind of spiffy. I think I'm going to keep that. So I did. Because I'm strange like that. And for those of you who were in Spreaker, I do understand that you guys did not hear any of that. But if you guys visit the other platforms I am on, you guys can most definitely check those out. So, moving on. The crux of this segment, we're talking about money. And of course, again, if you guys want to call in, be part of the show, 217-917-4405. Yes, I had to look. Absolutely had to look at that puppy. But taxes. Okay? Taxes. That's where I'm going with this one. Taxes. More importantly, tax exempt. You know, tax breaks, tax cuts, that type of thing. Right. So, did you guys know that churches have what's called a tax exempt status? Did you know that?
Yes.
You knew that.
Yes, I did. 501c.
501c. Thank you, because I did not remember. I knew there was a thing, but I had no clue what it was actually called. So 501c.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for. Now, part of what they are required to do, or I guess in this case, they cannot do, they are forbidden from doing, is supporting and backing any political party or candidate. They cannot do that from the pulpit, okay? If doing that, if they get caught doing that, they get their tax exempt status revoked. That also means any person whom is going to that church no longer can claim, get a tax return on that donation. It doesn't classify as a charitable contribution anymore.
Right.
You cannot do that for having that type of tax exempt status. Okay. Moving into Facebook. Okay. Now, granted, Facebook is not YouTube. I understand this, but I am sure that these guys kind of have to play by at least somewhat similar playbook. Wouldn't you?
Probably,
I think that's a
yeah.
safe assumption to make.
Yeah.
Now this segment, guys, I do understand that I am making a lot of assumptions here. Things that I have not been able to actually back up with facts, because let's face it, have you looked at the tax code recently?
Boy, about big.
That thing is freaking huge. I mean, you thought the Bible was a big book. This thing is redonkulous. This thing is worse than Stephen King's It. Huge book. Just saying.
Do you want a balloon?
Right, dude. I made it. Okay, it took me 4 years to go halfway through that book.
Wow.
Couldn't do it. He
Did you-
kills you with details.
Did you like the remake of the movie or the first movie better?
I did. There was some aspects of it that it was like, you changed it. I liked how they did it, the older version, but at the same time, they did a pretty darn good job with it. I liked it. Okay. But taxes, that's what we're talking about. Taxes. I think it is. I mean, did you guys watch any of the Senate hearing with Zuckerberg? I'm sure you watched, quite a bit of it.
Well, I tried not to watch too much of it because it makes your head explode.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're falling asleep and God knows what else. But at any rate, specifically whenever he was being questioned by Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz, he was asking him about, about them banning people on the left, because, I mean, let's face it, whenever it came to his, running for the election, he was flat banned. They shadow banned him. They would not let him get his word out, period. They stopped him from promoting himself on social media. I can't promise no squirrels. I can't do that. The squirrels are running around in my head. They're not hamsters. They're too big for that. They're knocking everything over. Dude, okay, I joined a religion. I'll tell you that. I joined a religion a while back ago. I was doing research on religion, okay? And I stumbled across a religion that was absolutely amazing. Speaking of squirrels, that's why I'm including this in here. You're the blame for this. It was the TSOBBTFT. That's the name of the religion. TSOBBTFT. It stands for Two Squirrel, One Brown Bear Team Factor Theorem. Yeah, is it sad that I've remembered this after all these years? I mean, I'm talking like 15, 20 years ago I researched this. TSOBBTFT. Now, the premise of this religion is, have you ever wondered why, when you wake up in the morning, everything in your bedroom is in the exact same place as it was whenever you went to sleep? Well, wonder no more. What happens is a team of squirrels called messy squirrels, they come into your bedroom and they run around really, really fast, knocking everything over and throwing your room into shambles. And then they leave. They pick up their stuff, they go away. And then another team of squirrels called clean squirrels come in along with a team of big brown bears, and the big brown bears put up the big things and put them back where they belong, and then the team of clean squirrels, they put all the little things back where it goes this way. When you wake up in the morning, everything's in the same place as it was when you went to bed. Now, I have no idea if they show up before or after the sock and underwear gnomes. I have no idea who shows up first. I don't know, because everybody knows about them sock and underwear gnomes. Taxes.
I need to check to see if they gave you the wrong vape product. Just need to see what you're inhaling.
Dude, Real Religion. I kid you not. They it was hilarious. Needless to say, I joined. I was like, yes, I want to be a TSO BBTFT. I want to be that. So, but anyway, taxes. So he was talking about, their politics and Ted Cruz specifically asked Zuckerberg if he, or if his company banned any Democrats, and of which case he completely just, dodged every one of those. It was bad. It was a whole lot of, there was a lot of dodging going on, and he never did give a clear answer. And now I am completely speculating and spitballing that the reason behind that is their job, much like a news organization, their job is not to make up the news, but to report the news. And if he is doing that, being completely biased in how they allow that news to be spread, then that would somehow, hinder their, remove some of their exempt statusness and different things like that. That, again, that's a clear and huge spitball on my part. I have nothing to back that up. I am just merely speculating based off of how severely and how clearly he dodged those questions whenever he was being questioned by Ted Cruz.
Right. He was definitely dodging something for a reason.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of dodging.
Duck, dodge,
dip, duck, dodge. No, dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yeah.
The 6 Ds of
dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all about the D in dodgeball, I'm telling you.
You dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yes. That was a funny movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, spitballing the idea, I have no clue if that is actually true. If they are showing clear and blatant signs of being totally politically biased, if that would somehow affect their ability to have as many tax deductions at any rate. But that is that's just something I speculated about because it was interesting to me, So that's my argument, is that because they are publicly traded on Wall Street, they do not have the same freedom to deny somebody's free speech, to hinder somebody's free speech. And as a company whom is basically doing nothing more than just, allowing people to come together and to watch videos, content, joining content creators with viewers, then, there shouldn't be that level of bias that obviously exists on that platform.
Right.
Know what I'm saying, sir?
I know what you're saying.
So we've talked about this, though. So what are you going to do about it? You don't like the... Okay, now again, okay, guys, I'm not a fan of Alex Jones. I don't follow Alex Jones. I don't really care for half the stuff he says, let alone how he says it. It's just, he's a mean little man. I don't agree with him half the time. However, he's got the right to be heard. He's got the right to say it. I can change the channel. I've been doing it for years. He's got the right. And for that, I'll stand up for him. But this is where the rubber meets the road, guys. Okay? And this is the call to action. You ain't getting out of here without a call to action. All right? Call to action. Now, here's a problem. Snowflakes versus, and I'm not putting a political party on here. This is snowflakes against real people, okay? I don't want to say real men because, there's real women out there like this too. So, a snowflake versus a real person. Snowflakes are under the impression that their feelings matter. Is that if I don't like what you hear, what you have to say, then you shouldn't be saying it. A snowflake vegan, okay, wait, no. A real person vegan isn't going to eat meat. A snowflake vegan doesn't want anybody else to eat meat either. A difference between a real person and a snowflake, okay? Not putting political parties into this whatsoever. It doesn't matter because, I mean, hey, let's face it, we got snowflakes on the right too. Just being honest. You know, and there's a lot of real people that are on the left. Just being honest. You know, so moving on. Call to action. Our problem is we have been the silent majority. You know, we know that words don't hurt and we don't care what they say because we know that we have the freedom to turn it off. Well, let's stop doing that for a little while, guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's stop doing that. You know, and we know who they are. You know, we watch the videos that, you know, are totally right and political, and I don't mean correct when I say right. I'm talking politically speaking on the right, you know, and conservatives and this, that, and the other, you know, because I know who my guests are, or not my guests. I know who my audience is, you know. God, I really hope I don't have any liberals out there listening to me. I mean, I don't think they'd listen very long. I really don't. But, I mean, if you are, dude, thank you for watching. I mean, really, thanks for watching. And I hope that, you know, you can at least understand what I'm saying. You know, because I've had people that I've talked to that were liberals, and it's like, oh, I've ticked them off. I've flat ticked them off.
Imagine that.
I know, right? But, you know, I've had other times whenever, you know, it was having a civil conversation, purposefully having a civil conversation. And it was leaving the labels off of it, leaving the party politics off of it. It was leaving all of that off of it and just talking about the topics at hand, just talking about the issues. That's all we were talking about was issues. And I like pronouncing issues. It's fun for me. But that's all we were talking about. And it was amazing how much we actually agreed on everything. I mean, we did. We agreed with each other. We agreed that, you know, everybody should be, you know, have health care or, you know, have access to health care, and everybody should this, that, and the other. We agreed on all the issues. We did not agree on how we should get that and how we should obtain that, but we still agreed on the issues. Moving on. Call to action. See something, do something. You don't like somebody's post? Hit the report button. You don't like somebody's video? Hit the report button. Get them reported. Because the problem is, because all of these terms and service agreement is one-sided, you know, because it's all open-ended language that doesn't really mean anything. It's like saying that it's hot outside. That doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And if you think it does, you're wrong. Because think about it. Hot and cold doesn't mean anything by itself. It is asking how you feel about something, and feelings are irrelevant. Legally speaking, it's irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. Temperature means something. You know, it's 70 degrees outside. Oh, okay, well, cool. Well, compared to yesterday, with it being 90, it's pretty cold outside. It's cool, right. You know. But if yesterday it was 50 and today is 70, you know, we're having a party, you know, because it's hot outside. I'm sweating, you know, I'm bleeding out. What, you know, I'm bleeding clear, you know. I mean, it's hot, you know. But because that's how these terms and service agreements are purposefully written, the only thing we can do is fight fire with fire. See something, say something. Okay? That's all we can do. See something, say something. Self-police it. You report it, you see that it hasn't, that nothing's been done, it's still up there, then you have a clear, you know, a clear proof that this is totally one-sided. Holy crap. You know, and here's where the rubber meets the road. You ready for this?
I am ready, sir.
You're ready for this? Where the rubber meets the road. Class action lawsuit.
Yes.
Because people like Alex Jones, whom make money off of selling somebody else's content, you know, or selling advertising time to somebody else's, on somebody else's content, then if that is removed based off of a very skewed sense of justice, if you want to put it that way, well, then you can sue for damages. You know, because that's money out of your pocket now.
Right.
You know, potentially, you know, millions if, you know, over the course of time, sure. You know, but so if you have, and you know, this is another a spitball of an idea. I would actually have to do a little bit more research in it, although I do know that you can sue somebody for damages. I absolutely know you can do that. You know, it's an aspect of that whole deprivation of character. And deprivation may not even be the right word. That might be a ho-ho word that I just made up. I really don't remember. Defamation?
Defamation.
Not desecration?
Not desecration, no.
Oh, not constipation?
Not on this topic.
Not on this topic?
No.
Okay. Basically, hindering you from making money because you are slandering, but that's even pretty stinking loose, but, you know.
I said not constipation.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Some type of a class action lawsuit, you know, because I'm sorry, you know what? Because if grandma can be such a stupid idiot as to put McDonald's hot, almost as hot as lava, a cup of coffee between her freaking legs with her 16-year-old grandson driving and blame McDonald's for her own stupidity, then why can't Alex Jones sue YouTube for damages because they, under a skewed bias, decided to block him from social media?
Right.
If grandma can do that, you know, if I can sue the maker of my stroller because I folded my child in half because they didn't have a warning sign that says, don't do that, then I should be able to sue YouTube.
Or,
you know,
did you hear about the guy who tried to break in somewhere, fell through the roof, and he sued the company for $1 million and got it? This is a long time ago, but
yeah,
he's
hell,
trying to break in.
There was a guy who broke into somebody's house through the skylight, landed on the table on a butcher's knife, cut his leg open, and he put near lost his leg. Sued the homeowner for having a knife on the table.
Wow.
Yeah. So if this is perfectly fine. Now, granted, guys, I don't condone this type of behavior. You know, I mean, if I was the homeowner, I'd just say, pfft.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, man. You broke into my house. I don't know what you got on you, what you don't got on you. You know, I'm defending me and mine.
Right.
You know, I ain't giving you the opportunity to sue me, but that's beside the point. I'm not condoning that type of suing other people. But you know what? You know, if those type of options are out there and we are choosing not to take it, who's the fool?
Right.
You know, I mean, really, you know, it's like having an argument with the stupid person. You know, after a while, it's really hard to tell which one's the idiot. You know, I mean,
Exactly.
it's kind of goes along in the same way, you know? So,
Hit him
if...
hit him in the pocketbook.
Yeah, hit him in the pocketbook. Hit him where it hurts. You know, now granted, go somewhere else. You know, go somewhere else. But sometimes that gets expensive. YouTube has been the biggest guys on the block for a very, very long time. You know, I think it's funny, you asked me a while back ago, it's like, you know, am I concerned about, you know, my page being taken down and me losing, you know, where I'm at on social media? And I was like, no, not really. You know, not because I think I'm untouchable, but because it's like I'm too small. They don't see me. They don't know I exist. I'm John Cena. They can't see me. You know, that's being honest, guys. I have no self-delusions on that. I'm like nothing on this. You know, I don't get noticed on here. They can't see me. It's such a cuber. It's so much fun.
Wow.
But yeah, you know, it's hit them where it hurts. You know, show them for the lying, biased people that they are. You know, they claim that they're one thing and they're obviously something else. You know, sue them for damages, you know.
And if I can interject.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, you was talking about Alex Jones, and that's just a good. It's just a good point to focus on. All those hate videos of him are still up there.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
and that is obviously, you know, that's hate speech. That is hurtful. That's obviously a violation of the Terms and Service Agreement. Why is it okay that that's
Right. But if the viewers want to know, well, where should I start, or just as an idea of where to start, look some of those hate videos up and start reporting some of those.
Absolutely.
Those will be, pretty easier to track than others. But I mean, that's just an idea of where to start on this issue.
On this issue. Good job, sir. But that's the thing. I mean, Alex Jones is not the first one whom has been, blocked, banned, and purged.
Right.
And this is funny too, because I've also listened to a couple other people talk about this as well. And, specifically, I was listening to the Spreaker live show with Rob Greenlee and Alex Exum on Wednesday. And they were talking about this, and this is a point that they brought up. Okay, now this to me was absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. iTunes. He was blocked from iTunes. Why? Because he violated his terms and service. Okay. Guess what? He has an app available in the App Store. They kept that up.
Why is that, ho-ho?
Because he did not violate the terms and service agreement.
But I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
How can that be if it's the same terms and service agreement?
Yeah. Wow. Well, maybe. No, that's not it. Well, what if. No, that's not. Wow, that's kind of weird, Ray. I mean, you got a point.
Yeah.
You might be onto something. There's something that separates being available on iTunes versus having an app in the App Store. And that's the money. You see, Alex Jones didn't pay a dime to be on iTunes. It was a service that they freely offered. They're trying to sell advertising dollars. They need content in order to do that. So they offer their platform as a distribution platform in order to do that, in order to make money off of somebody else's content, which is the exact same thing that YouTube does. They're making money off of somebody else's profit and giving the content creators just a little piece of that pie. In the App Store, doesn't work the same way. You have to pay to play. Clear distinction on that. You see, his skewed violation of the terms and service agreement was enough to knock him off of a free platform, but it wasn't enough to knock him off of a paid-for platform, even though they're the same terms and service agreement. Interesting. Or at least close enough to say that they're still the same. Now, I mean, granted, I understand that these guys have terms and service agreements, in order to protect themselves legally from this, that, and the other lawsuits,
right.
and I understand that, but, there was a time. I don't really see this so much anymore because, I mean, let's just face it, I don't watch network television because they can, whatever. You can't binge watch NCIS and on, Fox 55 or 27. You can on Netflix.
Yes.
Not a sponsor. Or are they? They're not.
You wish.
I so wish. Dude. I just seen the delay of my face going, that was funny. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
Rule 16. If somebody thinks they have the upper hand,
break it. Yeah. But, it's been a while since I've watched, network television, but in front of shows, they used to have this big old long legal speak out there that basically said that, the views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily match the views and opinions held by the, insert the name of the place of where you're watching it from. They used to have that on there. I don't know if they still do, but that was standard back in the day. Why? Because it was a level of insulation. It was fire retardant information out there that separated the content creator from the platform that they were on and being viewed from. What's so bad about going back to, why don't they do that? Or is it they're just trying to squash free speech?
Yes.
It's kind of what I think. Because if they figured out that little thing in there, that level of insulation to separate it, back in network television in the 50s and so, back in the day whenever, you heard the national anthem and then it was done and over with and you got the black ants battling the white ants on the screen TV, because no more channels are on there. Time to shut it off, go to bed. That's how it was back in the day, But they did that. They figured that out back then, but they don't do that anymore. I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
What was that?
Body Tourette's.
Oh. Yeah, I really need to check your vape out. Yeah. I think they gave you the wrong formula. It can happen. Did you just snort your vape?
Yes, I did. I don't recommend doing that. That actually kind of burns the nose a little bit. Oh, that kind of hurts.
Next should be snorting condoms.
No. Dude, I've got Tide flavored Oreos in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah. And hello, Tamara Red. It's thank you very much for watching the show, and thank you for the props on that. We do appreciate it. But yeah, they do on shows like Law. Yes, actually, you're right, Mr. Josh. They do that on shows like Law and Order. But yeah, again, I mean, it's just been so long since I've actually watched it on network television that I didn't know if they even still did that anymore. I assumed that they did, but I couldn't say for
Anyway? Yeah.
And then this one time at church camp.
Oh, you can't do that story on air. Unless you go explicit.
Dude, it was okay because it was shaving cream that was involved, not whipped cream. That makes it totally different.
What's that phone number they can call in?
217-917-4405 if you want to call me part of the show. Now I got to elaborate on that church, church. We had shaving cream wars, and it was guys versus girls, and the boys' dorm was infiltrated by the girls' dorm. And the sad thing is, we got annihilated. We were prepubescent. We weren't shaving our faces yet, and it takes way more shaving cream to shave your legs than your face. I'm just saying we were completely outclassed and outnumbered and unprepared. Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food for thought. It takes more shaving cream to shave the legs. That's the end of the show, guys. I think we're done now.
Whoops.
Yeah, so if you guys like the show, give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe. Guys, yes, okay. I put in a thingy jigger to get on iTunes. I don't know if I'm on iTunes yet. I haven't looked.
I tried looking it up, and I don't think it came up.
Cool.
It's been about a week ago.
Almost a week. Yeah, not quite a week, but almost a week. But anyway, one of the things that could definitely help me out as far as getting onto iTunes is, for people to head on over to Spreaker.com, search The Ho-Ho Show, look for the American flag picker on there that says The Ho-Ho Show, and then like and subscribe, or subscribe and like, or just subscribe.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I think it's subscribe or follow. Yeah, hit that follow button, and then that'll help me out. Because I guess the magical number is 100. So at any rate, guys, I'm going to play this Alex Exum promo again, and the mouse shut off.
Uh-oh.
Dang you, mouse! Hey, it's working again. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play this, and then, guys, I do thank you very much for tuning in, for viewing, for watching, for liking us, for loving us. Good time. Join us next week as we talk more of stuff that I don't even know what we're talking about next week.
Okay. Tell all your Facebook friends to come watch us.
Yeah. Share me on Facebook and YouTube. I'm on YouTube too.
YouTube too?
YouTube too. YouTube-ish. You guys take it easy.
See ya.
Alex X Band. I'm the original Alex, banned from the internet. YouTube has banned and purged Alex Exum from its platform. Permanently. I need your help. 1. Leave me a review on iTunes. It's easy by going to alexexum.com/iTunes. 2. Nominate The Exum Experience, the best podcast, for the OC Weekly Best of Edition. It's easy by going to alexexum.com/vote. Thank you for your support.
Stop whining. Stop whining.